But first, I'm going to introduce Humphrey. I want him to talk about his product, Clipr. Hi, Humphrey. How are you?
Hey, all right. Good, great.
Thank you for joining. I know you've been sitting watching all these other presentations, so I'm sure you're excited to jump right in. I'm going to let you do that, and then I'll come back up for Q&A.
Totally. All right, cool. All right, let's go to the first slide. So thank you so much, Liz, for spotlighting us here at your showcase. So at Clipr, our operating premise is that not all minutes of video are created equally, nor is every minute equally relevant to everyone. So we index every minute of video using machine learning. We make it searchable. We generate an automated table of contents. And so if only 5% of the video matters to you, then we want you to find that as efficiently as possible. If there's another 5% that you didn't know you need to know, then we want to help you define that. If you get 10% utility from your recorded video, then we view that as mission accomplished. Since that's 10% more than normal, then we help you to avoid 90% of the video. Clipr is for event planners and for all companies. For event planners, we make it 365 and we increase your content ROI and we help you to grow your community in between events. For all companies, we help all employees find, personalize, and collaborate on the video moments that matter the most within everyday video, such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meets. Next slide. At Clipr, whenever we see recorded video, we view it as a lot of trapped potential. You spend a lot of time creating that content, so why not extend the shelf life of it and let it keep working for you? At Clipr, we unleash this trapped potential by making your video searchable, personalized, interactive, and actionable. Let's go to the next slide. So let's go through our first use case, the most popular one. We make all your recorded video searchable and on demand all 365 days of the year. In this example from techsytalk's 9/28/29 event, you can see the techsytalk Clipr team inside a Clipr.
Did we lose him? Let me know in the comments.
Okay, no. So
you're back.
Sorry, looks like there was a little glitch there. In this example from techsytalk's 9/28/29 event, you can see the techsytalk Clipr team inside a Clipr. If you type in monetization as an example in the search bar on the upper left, then voila, on the right, we share with you the exact 4 moments where monetization was discussed. Wasn't that easy? So here you should think about Clipr as lighting up the long tail for all your event's content. It doesn't have to stop when your event actually finishes. It can work for you all year round. Let's go to the next slide. Here's our second use case. Let your attendees personalize the video they want to re-engage with. Do you remember the fun big heads character section from Liz's last event? Well, if you didn't, now that you've heard about it, and if you only wanted to watch that section of the video, well, then Clipr lets you watch just that section. When you choose edit topics from within the Clipr video player, you can watch just those exact 7 minutes out of the 50-minute session. By the way, let me walk you through the Clipr player in the middle. On the right side of the player, you'll see our automated table of contents. We call that topics and subtopics. This also lets you smart skip from one topic to the next topic for efficient skimming and skipping, in addition to targeted hunting through personalization. Underneath the play bar, you'll see our transcripts, where we support 31 languages. Half of them, interestingly enough, are variations of English. We also support the most popular European and Asian languages as well. Next slide. So what's our recommended call to action? Well, create your own free Clipr account at clipr.ai. The first 5 hours are always free. Join the techsytalk Clipr team, so be on the lookout for the invitation that's going to be coming from Liz. Once you create your own Clipr account, although I recommend using your work email, you can search for anything you need from this techsytalk showcase, as well as from Liz's last event. Then you can also create your own Clipr team and for your own company and invite all your coworkers and unleash all the trap video inside your company. If you want to prioritize Clipr integration within your preferred event platform, please tell us and your event platform, and we'll get right on it. If you'd like my team to walk you through everything, you can see all their faces here. Please email partnerships@clipr.ai. Last thing, for all techsytalk members, Clipr going forward will process all your all hands meetings for your company going forward for free, up to 5 hours per month and 50 hours of history. So that's a brand new promo. We, hot off the presses, and just for everybody here who's learning about this today during the showcase. So that's it for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is another one of those things like, why have we not been doing this for so much longer than we have? One of the things I really found, and you guys really should take advantage of this first 5 hours are free, because once you do, you just have to have Clipper clip one of your videos, just see how it works. This is, as we're seeing, people are saying, brilliant technology. As Francis says, this is such a game changer for on-demand content. We are currently living in a world with just way too much content. We have, for example, even at techsytalk, we had 20 sessions. That was down from 50 from last year's techsytalk event. And within that, you can have 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes of content, and you talk about so many different things. So the ability to search for something like monetization, which we did not have a single, well, my mind's already failing me from like a week ago, but I don't think we had a single session on monetization. But when you look up monetization in Clipper, you find all these clips where that came up as a topic, and our attendees can just go and click on it and pull up all those little clips of content. Game changer. I don't want to talk too much, but as Humphrey said, you will be getting an invite if you are part of the techsytalk collaborative community. So go to techsytalk.com/member. It's free. If you registered for techsytalk Global, or you go right now and register for our community, you will get access to our Clipper account. That way you can see all of the content clipped from techsytalk Global, and you can see all of this showcase. We're going to be clipping it in real time. We're actually doing something cool with Clipper where we're streaming this to them as well, and they're clipping it as we are making it, which is amazing. Okay, let me ask some questions here. Shannon would like to know, can Clipper be integrated with other platforms?
Absolutely. So you are seeing from the slides, you're actually seeing Clipper inside of Clipper, but we also have an API that allows Clipper to be fully embedded in any platform. And so when we initially built Clipper, we built it to showcase what was possible, but we built it with powering other people's platform as the true potential of Clipper, because we don't want to assume that everyone has to come to our site. We want people to go where they already are going, right? So whether it's Cadence, whether it's Hubilo, whether it's Grip, whether it's Hopin, all these platforms, if you're using them, we want to be deeply integrated within it. And so our preference actually is, rather than work directly with Clipper, because if you have like a WordPress site or a pop-up site that you end up creating, where we have the tools to allow you to kind of do it directly on your own. But we also are happy to basically work with your preferred event platform and just make us a feature. And so, you already have so many things on your plate. We'd rather have fewer moving parts for you. And so the more that we can reduce the friction for you, the better for everyone.
Yeah, that is true. There's just, I know for myself, when the event is over, I want the event to be over. There's always all the wrap up stuff, but dealing with the content is one of those things that you're just like, I know we have so much great content. I just don't know what to do with it all. It makes it feel worth creating all that content when other people can access it and use it in a meaningful way. Cause we just know no one's going to go back and watch even 15-minute sessions over and over again. Lots of questions coming in. So let me try to get to one. Someone is asking, can this run within an AMS platform to search video content by word? Does it require tags to grab content? I know the answer, I think, is no. Or is it literally just listening for you and kind of pulling these tags for you?
Yeah, and so in this case, we can run inside any platform. And so for Clipper, what we do is we basically take the audio, we turn it into searchable text, and we actually also look at the content in the video and selectively enhance it. So when we generate our automated table of contents, we're taking into account what we're hearing and selectively what we're also seeing. And so that actually ends up allowing for Clipper to really kind of be a collaborative video document type, which no one ever knew existed or was actually necessary. But the past 18 months, with so much video that now exists, it used to be that single digit, fractional 1% video was getting recorded. Now we've got like up to 30% of everyday videos getting recorded. But the tools to actually efficiently locate things inside video haven't caught up. And so for Clipr, we're all about like making it as efficient as possible. And so this is kind of like where, in a way, normally video moments, when you record a video, 0 moments are identified. And if you think about it, what Clipr is doing right now is we're identifying 50% of the moments through the topics and the subtopics. And then we're providing you also with the tools to help us find the other 30 to 40% moments that end up being really interesting. And so right now we start with topics, but we've got a whole roadmap of all these other really valuable moments. And that's also part of the reason why we're providing these all hand meetings promotion, because we want everybody to experience Clipr, because once you experience it, new light bulbs will go off in your head around like what other things you want to find. And as you find more moments that are valuable to you, we'll start automating that and allow for it to be done in a more automated manner.
Now, this is a somewhat similar question, but I want to make sure we ask it. Someone's saying, sorry, we're blocking your face here for a second. Do we have to use meta tags for lack of a better description? A lot of the members are looking for content and don't remember the name of the webinar or the name of the session. So how does this work with?
Yeah, there's no need for meta tags, because basically everything that's spoken is a tag for itself. So in that example, when I did the search for monetization, I didn't create that tag. We just found it in the transcript and it got bubbled up. So in a way, you could think of this as an automatic tag generator for you. And so you don't need to do the manual work. And so for us, it's the power of machine learning is that we can automate this so that we can reduce and eliminate those manual tasks that you normally would have done. And so that's kind of why we think about all the recorded video as just being trapped potential, because it's so limited in its utility. Typically the default is the session title, and that's not enough. There's a lot more value in there. And so and that's also part of the reason why when we did our free all hands promo, we processed 4 hours every month going forward and up to 50 hours of history, because there's at least 50 hours worth of all hands meetings over the past 2 years where there's some referential utility, and we want you to find that stuff. And so think about recorded video as like oil, and there's like a lot of energy and trap potential, and it's like let's tap it, let's unleash it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Naomi's asking, can we understand a little more about pricing and structure? How does it work for a planner to use this, or any organization?
Yeah, so the way that we price it is $35 to $50 per hour for the content that Clipr enriches. That's one part of the pricing. And then the other part is per user pricing, somewhere between 25 cents to $2 per unique user per year. So the reason for the pricing around indexing the content is that we also want to help. There's obviously costs associated with indexing the content, but we also want you to prioritize which content is useful. So rather than say, oh, I've got 1,000 hours, let's do all 1,000, it's actually probably more prudent to think through, hey, which things are more valuable that are worthy of getting indexed by Clipr, as opposed to just assuming it all. But sometimes if you don't know, then you should just go ahead and do it all, and we can help you find out what's more valuable or less valuable. And then the per user fee is actually just associated with accessing the content, because there's costs associated with viewing that video and accessing the video. And the other thing that I didn't even highlight, because in the showcase we're only allowed to highlight 2 features or 2 use cases. The third one is actually analytics, because anytime you get the video enriched, you also get data on who's looking at what, how they're reacting to it. And that actually turns into secondary leads. And so when we talk about how this monetization works, when people are engaging with the content, the things they watch and the things they don't watch ends up being extra insight around what they're actually thinking, which means for your exhibitor, that's actually a new lead. And that's how your content can actually work for you even after the event. And that's also where we're starting to get demand from customers to say, hey, can you integrate with HubSpot? Can you integrate with Salesforce?
Yeah.
Because we actually want to automate that follow-up, because when it happens, it's just, it's opportunity. And so this is kind of like the unique thing about Clipr is that you didn't know you needed this until you actually knew it was possible. And so for us, like, we really could appreciate your help in getting the word out, because it's a totally new capability. We anticipate, and so, yeah, it's an exciting time, as you can tell.
Yeah, it's a game changer. We do have a few questions coming in that we don't have time because we're out of time for this session, but I know your team is in the chat and can respond to people as well. So thank you so much for taking some time and chatting with us about Clipr. You're right. It's game changing. Once you try it, just do one video. Just go in there now, upload one video. You'll be like, oh my gosh. And then you will think of all the thousands of hours of video that you've wasted sitting around.
Exactly.
All right, Humphrey, thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.